안녕하세요.
Good evening, everyone.
1636차
This 1636th Cheonshim Won Visual Devotion.
진심으로
We're truly
환영하고
grateful
감사를 드립니다.
to offer this devotion,
오늘도
and I'm
청가정사위기대
truly welcome everyone participating in this devotion.
함께 하시고
And with the True Family
또
Four
우리
Position
성지
Foundation, we
함께
have
해주셔서
Yonanim with us here,
감사를 드립니다.
and the leaders
특히 우리
of our
친일본의
providential
호리마사이치
institutes and agencies. They're here as well, so truly I express my gratitude.
참석을
And
하셨는데
호리치 마세이치
내일부터
and 조성일,
신일본 천심
President
공명기도
조성일, they're here as well.
수련회가 시작이
And from
됩니다.
tomorrow, we have our Heavenly Japan Cheonshim Resonance Prayer workshop.
때문에
And as we have 720 registrations,
이 천성왕님
from
궁전은
tomorrow night,
꽉 차고 넘칠 것 같은
I believe this Cheongsong Walnim Palace main hall will be
늦게 오면 자리가
truly
없을 것
filled.
같은
And if you're late,
그런
maybe you won't even have a
분위기인데
seat.
정말로 천심 공명기도 수련회 놀라운 은혜가
So the amazing grace
함께해서
of
신일본의
Cheonshim Resonance Prayer
실제
Workshop,
성령의 불같은
may it
역사가
be
일어나게 되기를
bring
바랍니다.
about fire-like
오늘
works
우리
of the substantial Holy Spirit to Heavenly Japan. And a few of our branch leaders came back to Korea, and they're sitting with us here today. We have branch leader Kim Sung-nam of Heavenly Central and South America, and we have President Moon In-pyo of Heavenly Europe and Middle East, and branch president, branch leader Sakwa Takamitsu from West Africa, and they are offering and gathering the devotion for this great works. And the remaining branch leaders will come back to the main headquarters one by one. And even today, we have members offering devotion in front of the detention center. Today, there's Kwanok Church, Gudae Church, and Ansan Church offering the devotion. And that's plus Daegu Church members are offering devotion as well.
참 어머님의 십자가 고난 속에 일심선고가
Through mother's path of pain, wielding the cross, that she walks without any crime or sin. The time of her trial is coming near. So rather than fear, please allow us to harbor absolute faith. Rather than being unstable, please embrace us with hope. And for that, we will offer even greater and earnest devotion. Please open the path of liberation and release of True Mother on August 31st. At this very hour of this 1636 Cheonshim Won special vigil devotion, we cling on to Heavenly Parent and True Father and offer this special devotion. Grand Pastor Song In-young sent us that message. Today, we have over 1,041 trainees and the spirituality workshop trainees that offered their praise today. They will graduate their workshop on the 26th. And most of them, even though they graduate, they will remain in the training center due to the upcoming great works. So truly, the heat and energy of the spirituality workshop will elevate the upcoming great works. Now, the registration for the great works, it is from the 28th to the 30th. And right now, currently, Korea has 20,713 registrations. And Heavenly Japan has 85,473, and internationally 24,300. And altogether, we have 130,486 registrations. Goodness. And Heavenly Japan soon, they will be able to break the record of last spring great works. And we truly hope that Heavenly Japan makes their new record, and we hope for Korea to break the record as well. And if internationally we are able to bring over 7 170,000 registrations, that will be of great strength to True Mother.
힘내세요 하시면서
Even though True Mother is going through such difficulties, she's telling us to stay strong.
힘을 드려야 됩니다.
But now we must give strength to True Mother. Giving strength to True Mother is us becoming one.
모이는 것입니다.
That is our unity.
했지 않습니까?
Didn't they say that the Messiah of the second coming will come on the clouds?
때 같은 사람들이 모시고
So,
영광을 찬양할 때
like a fleet of clouds, we must attend our true parents and offer them glory and praise, and then their authority will be present on this land, and we will do best during our great works so that we could be of strength to our true parents. That is what we must do. And Heavenly Japan, there are those attending online, but there is 2,468 people determined to come here in substance to the main branch and attends the great works. In Heavenly Korea, many people are going to participate as well. So truly, for this great works to become great works, I hope everyone can offer prayer and devotion. The works of miracles that never happened before will come about. And today, trainee An Ung-jae gave us a very precious Hyojung testimony. He attended 3 general 40-day workshops, and without difficulty, without conflicts of faith, he was able to grow in a smooth manner. But this is the important context to truly realize and put into practice the words of True Father, and he did by participating in 3 40-day workshops. And while working in the military, one of his seniors passed away during a training, and also one of his colleagues passed away during flight training. And seeing a death of someone who was so close to him, he showed much interest and thought about death quite a lot. And after that, after offering Cheonshim Won visual devotion, he made a determination to join the Yongsang 40-day workshop. And the Hundokhae that we were today, they are truly words that teach us about our life. Everyone lives 3 stages of life: a life in the water, life on the earth, and the eternal life in the spirit world. And this is the grace and blessing of heaven. And where could there be a greater grace and blessing than this? While living on earth, let us not just live, but we should think, what greater grace exists than what we have right now? With such a mindset, we must live day by day. And after being discharged, he entered the spirituality workshop, and it looks like he only expected beautiful and touching things, but coming here for the first time, he thought that it was harder than military life. And hearing him say this, we can truly say that our workshop trainees are being trained. 수련을 받다. And 수련, a workshop must be like a workshop. It must be a time of true training. If you come to play or have fun, is there anything you would take away? Because they carry out a workshop, as a time of training, our trainees are able to hear the voice of heaven and experience the amazing works of heaven. So at first, he was asking for more break time for the trainees. But our training coordinator, I don't know what he said as a reply, but he did not agree, the training coordinator. Anyhow,
얘기했습니다.
But while participating in the workshop programs, he spoke of his realizations,
자세로 가야
not
되겠다.
to complain,
그
but
나름대로
must move forward with a
아주
positive mindset and posture.
큐어를 정했습니다. 불평,
And
지옥, 감사, 천국.
He has a very good motto:
그래가지고요.
complaints
이거
equals
중요한
hell,
교육입니다.
gratitude equals heaven. This is a very important education. We have many
불평, 지옥,
people who complain.
감사, 천국.
Complaints hell, gratitude heaven. 아주?
우리가 서울역 같은 데 가보면 불신,
If we go to
지옥,
서울역,
예수 천당 해가지고
Seoul Station,
팻말 들고 다니는
there are
사람
those who are holding up signs
불평은 지옥이고
protesting or
감사는 천국이다. 이제 감사하자. 그래서
saying those who believe in Jesus
프로그램
go to
하나하나에
heaven, those who
최선을
don't will go to hell.
다 하면서
Anyhow,
노력을 하니까
complaints is
은혜와
hell,
감사가
gratitude is heaven.
계속해서
So
생기더라.
with
그랬습니다.
gratitude,
그래서
he was able to
우리 모든
participate in each and every program with all that he
아마
had,
불평하는 사람들이
and
있을
he can
거예요.
experience
아이고,
more grace
이거
and more
받아야
gratitude.
되나 말아야 되나.
So
처음에 3일로전 걷기도 힘들고 그런데
there are many
아예
trainees
처음부터
who think,
프로그램
do I have to
하나하나에
receive this
최선을
workshop?
다하면
And it's hard to even last 3
은혜 위에
days.
은혜를 더하고
But if you
감사
truly
위에
offer
감사를
everything, give
더하는
it your
것입니다.
best in all the programs,
결혼을 소감 보면
then grace
한
upon
번도
grace
경험하지
and gratitude
못한
upon gratitude
감사의
is with you.
연속이었다는 그런 간증을 했습니다. 2017년 40일을 수련 받으면서
2017, while participating in this 40-day workshop,
웅재야
he experienced a
원리를
great
중심
spiritual
삼고 살아가라는
phenomena, or
그
he had a
말씀을
great spiritual
금년
experience,
9년째인데도
saying,
잊지 않고
웅재야,
기억하고 있는 걸
live
보면
according to the principle.
아마 정말 중요한 체험을 했다고
And
생각이
seeing that he still remembers that one sentence from 9 years ago,
받으면서
we can truly see that it was an important experience for him.
원리를 중심 삼고
And while participating in the workshop, he had this great realization. And what it means to center your life or your actions on the principle means emptying yourself and adopting a humble posture. And in the position you are given, through love and gratitude, giving your best. And when he had this realization, centering on that realization, if you live your life, then I believe great blessings from heaven will be bestowed upon this trainee and everyone here. There are many second generations struggling, trying to keep their identity sealed, and once their parents or father pass away, they ask, please do not hold a Seonghwa ceremony. If someone I know from my job comes to the Seonghwa ceremony, then it will become awkward. I'll be embarrassed. And there are those who take down signs of Seonghwa ceremonies. But now we must stand strong. If there is someone who does not know true parents, that person cannot stand boldly. But we, as we know true parents, we must stand strong and boldly. Only then that the path of victory is revealed. And we probably have hundreds of second generations who are living military life, mandatory military life, and they are probably concealing their ideal, their identity. But if you hide your identity, you lose your energy. But if you have a life and death determination, that is when heaven starts to work. Today, Lee Ju-ho Yongsong Academy trainee gave a very precious testimony, and he was actually a pro athlete representing the nation, a hemo thrower, I believe. But what would have happened if he did not come to our workshop? And he said he lived a very systematic way of faith. He respected true parents but did not believe in the spirit world or heavenly parents. And he even thought that he can live well without a life of faith. And if he did not come to a workshop, then he would have just flowed along with society. How many second generations are flowed on the path of sin? But through the mother's urging, his mother's urging, he went to the 40-day workshop. And following her mother's wish, his mother's wish, he attended the general 40-day workshop and was able to understand the existence of the spirit world and was able to realize that he was a second-generation child who received the love of heavenly parents. And he said, I must not stay at where I am, but I must attend the spirituality workshop. So he attended the 18th spirituality workshop, and he was able to realize what great value it has to live in the time and live alongside spirit world. So he was able to set his roots down, his roots of faith down, and live a proactive life of faith. And to take a step further, he determined to volunteer in the Youngsong Academy, and he took part in the Heavenly America Overseas Volunteer Corps. And he truly missed his home. He missed his father and mother. And what he did really well was when he was longing for his parents, he thought, true parents are my parents as well. And with a heart of longing, he prayed in the place where true parents were. And that is what is precious. If we see the life course of True Father didn't go home during vacation. When it was his vacation, True Father really longed to see his parents and his family. But above that, above the longing of his parents, above the longing of his hometown, to long for heavenly parents more, he did not go home deliberately. And our trainee, Lee Ju-ho, I believe he actually put that into practice in his life, saying, true parents are my true parents, my actual parents. And with such a heart, he offered devotion and prayer and lived in such a manner. And when he came back, he became a coordinator for the attendance workshop. And thinking of his position, he was supposed to take the lead and be an example. And for that, he offered prayer and devotion. So he attended the attendance workshop as a coordinator to serve the workshop. And for the trainees, with his own money, he would buy the trainees much ice cream and snacks, and was able to make fruit punch for the trainees. And seeing the trainees enjoy the fruit punch, he felt true joy. And he was able to see, the happiness that comes from living for the sake of others is this. And he gained such a realization. And when our attendance workshop trainees offer their one heart resonance prayer, and when they lead the praise, they truly lift up the atmosphere. So while offering praise on stage, he opened his eyes for a second, and he saw the 3-day Cheonshim Resonance Workshop Japanese trainees praying with tears earnestly, and he was touched. Seeing the trainees earnestly pray with those tears, without him realizing it, he was shedding tears too. You too, try opening your eyes for a moment. You also need that as well. How desperately President Hori Masaichi is praying. Once you see that, then you shed tears. So last time, a person who was staff in the Spirituality Academy, while there was someone who was filming the trainees receiving grace. Seeing that, through the camera, she received grace to the extent that she could not film. And that is actually seeing through the eyes of Heavenly Parents. Look through the eyes of faith. Look through the eyes of Heavenly Parents. We say this many times. With the eyes of Heavenly Parents. This scene that we will make when offering prayer, once we see that, if it is an atmosphere in which true Heavenly Parent can shed tears, that is when the works of Heavenly Parent will come about.
하늘 앞에 기도하는 것이 아니라
So not with just
하늘
words
어머님,
we pray before
이
heaven,
믿음을 보세요.
but we say,
간절함을
Heavenly
보세요.
parents, look at this faith, look
이 땀을
at
보세요.
this sincerity,
이
look
눈물을
at this
보세요.
sweat, look at these tears.
그런 마음으로
With such a heart,
항상 기도를 해야
we must
된다는
always
것입니다.
offer our prayer.
아주
아주
이 천성왕 궁전에
this Cheonshim Won
아버지
palace,
내려오셔서
true Father,
보세요. 얼마나
please
열심히
come down.
기도하시는지.
look at us. Look
오늘도
at
그런
these people,
저녁이
your
되어야
children, how much they are praying.
또 기도하는
The night
모든
must be
교회도
such a night as well.
마찬가지입니다.
And also, that
아버님,
this includes
우리 교회에
all
와서
churches
보세요.
that pray.
얼마나 열심히
True Father,
하시는지.
please come to our church
그리고
and see
그
how
교회가 눈을
earnestly
뜨고 앞에 가서 식구들 기도하는
we are
모습을
praying.
보면 눈물이 날 정도로 감동되는 모습으로 기도한다면
and if we
그
offer
교회의
prayers
하늘의 역사가
so that our pastors, when they
안
see us, we
일어날
shed heaven cannot help but work in those churches. 아주
오늘 이주호
today,
영성 아카데미 수련생이
Youngsung Academy trainee Lee
그런
Joo-ho,
것을 우리에게 사실은 가르쳐
that is
주는
what
것입니다.
he's teaching us today.
눈을 뜨고 기도하는 모습을 보면서
When he was opening his eyes and seeing people pray, without realizing it, he was shedding tears.
천심 공명 기도 3일 수련은 그런
The Heavenly Japan 3-day residence workshop,
분위기였습니다.
it was truly a heated atmosphere. From the beginning to the end,
눈물로
it started from tears and ended with tears.
공명기도 수련이어서
It was such a residence prayer workshop.
쉬었던 휴면 식구가
So even long dormant
어떻게
members,
수련에 와가지고
somehow they
통곡하고
came
거듭나는
to the training
그런
center
뜨거운 분위기로
and were
진행이
wailing,
됐던
and through that
것입니다.
wailing experienced rebirth. It was such a heated atmosphere.
하늘도 더 놀라운
And
역사를
seeing that,
하시고
heaven brings about even greater works
이번
and has even
720명이
greater
이제
expectations.
내일 와서
And tomorrow,
이
720
천상왕님 궁전을
members will come from Japan, and from morning to night, they will fill this Cheonshim Won Palace
우리 이주호 수련생
and heat this workshop center
앞으로
up.
훌륭한 지도자가 되어서 참부모님을
So trainee Lee
증거한다고
Joo-ho,
하는데
he says that he's going to become an outstanding leader and testify to true parents. I hope he becomes that grateful
이렇게 좋은
leader.
효자들을 배출해냈으니까
Today
정말
feels like the day
박수
of
받아야
Yangpyeong
합니다.
Church. They had 2 of these filial sons, so let us offer them a great round of
그래서
applause. Yangpyeong Church.
교회마다
So in each and
교회를
every church,
확실하게 자리 잡는 길은
those
우리 이세들
churches that are truly settled,
영성스러운 모심 수련, 40일 수련, 영성 아카데미 많이 보내는 길입니다.
they are,
성환웅 회장님,
that is the
한대철
way to
목사님,
truly have a firm church, to send our second generation who does spirituality and attendance for the day workshop and the academy, spirituality academy.
잠을 자는 둥 마는 둥 하고 3시 반에 일어나 가지고 철야기도 하시고 2시에 잠자 3시 반에 일어났으니
And
잠을 잘 수가 없는 거죠.
Elder Pastor Cho Man-woong is having a very hard time sleeping nowadays.
4시 10분에 출정해 가지고 우리 가평 원로 목사들이 고기를 잡는데 정말로 많이 잡았습니다. 170마리 이상
Anyhow,
잡았다는 얘기를 들었는데 그 중에
one elder pastor's son caught
회장님이
many fish, 170 fish,
낚았는데
and President Hoyang
알라스카에서 낚는 광어입니다.
caught
그 80cm 광어를 낚고 우리 조장훈 원로 목사님이 참돔 75cm를
a halibut, which is 80 centimeters,
또한 쉽게 잡기 힘든 그걸 낚아서
and Pastor Cho Chang-hoon caught a fish that was 75 centimeters, and these were fish that are truly hard to catch. And I believe that these are very great results, Aju.
그래서 정말 정성 많이 들이고 승리 아주 기원을 하셨는데 여러분 박수 한번 올려.
And he truly returned with a great victory. So let us offer our branch president a great round of applause. Kim Song-nam.
80 가까이 되신 분들이 정말 24시간 잠자지 않고 정성 들이는 수련이 낚시 정성
So
수련입니다.
our members, even over
수련이라고
80,
이름을 붙이고
they're able to offer a kind of devotion over 24 hours. There's fishing
하루
devotion.
종일 고기를 낚는데 이번에는
All day
고기가 너무
long,
많이
they catch
잡혀가지고
fish, but this time they
힘이
caught
좋아서 소리 지르고
truly a great
그러니까
number of fish, and
피곤한 것도
everyone
없어지고
was shouting with joy, and they
너무
forget about the
신나가지고
fatigue.
오셨답니다. 정말로 하늘이 함께하시고 아버님께서도 기뻐하시는
Truly,
경험이었다고
it was a
생각이
time of joy where
됩니다.
even true father was happy.
오늘 김성남 부원장께서
Today, French
중남미
President Kim
보고를
Song-nam
해주셨습니다.
gave a report of
사실은
Heavenly Center
자르딘
in South America,
수련원이 오랫동안
and the Jardim Training
운영이 안
Center.
되던 곳인데
It was a place
부원장을
that we didn't use
파송하시면서
for years, but
어머님께서
sending branch
정말
leaders
정성을
across the
다해
globe,
지원해가지고
True Mother,
제
with
가동될 수
immense
있도록
devotion, offer
해서
great support so that
다시
we
살아나고
could
있는
use
자르딘
the
수련원이고
training center once again.
우리 김성남 부원장님
And Branch President Kim Song-nam,
중남미 33개국을 다 돌아다니면서
while
하시는데
to-
아까 보고한
goes
에콰도르
to
4,300
every
미터에
nation, every
올라갔다고 하는데
the 33
거기
nations,
건강하지 못한
and
사람은
Heavenly Center in
코치가
South
부러지고
America.
아주 엄청난 일이 벌어질 수 있는
And in
곳입니다.
Ecuador, there was
정말
truly
건강이 좀 어려운 사람은 죽음을
great
각오해야
works, people like
올라가는
shedding blood from their nose and
장소인데,
offering devotion.
예,
And
김성남
these are very
부원장이
difficult places
아주 특별한
on
것은
your health,
건강이
and you must
남보다도
go
좀 좋은
there
것 같아요.
with truly risking your
얼마나
lives.
소리도 잘 들리고 그래서
And Branch President Kim Song-nam, he seems to be healthier compared to many people.
놀라운 역사를
How loudly he
일으켜
shouts.
내시고
And each place he
있습니다.
goes in Central, South, and
오늘 수고 많이 하셨는데
Central America,
박수
he
한번
brings about the
올려드리겠습니다.
works of heaven. So he should work hard, and let's offer him a great round of applause.
오늘 훈독 말씀 중에 보면
Today in our Hundoke,
영계를 잘 알아야 한다는 말은
it is
막연히
said,
영계의 실존만을 믿고 살라는 뜻이 아니고 좋건 싫건
therefore, saying that we must know the spirit world well does not mean that we should merely live vaguely believing in the existence of the spirit world. Rather, it means that we must know what kind of preparations we must make in the physical world for the life in the spirit world where we must live eternally, whether we like it or not, and make thorough preparations.
영생을 위해 준비하는 여러분
Just
되시기를
so,
바랍니다.
I hope you become people or
만약에
members
준비하지 못하면
that prepare for the
영계와
spirit worlds.
영계에 가서
If you do not prepare
상상할 수 없는 고통과 탕감을
for the spirit world,
치른다고
then
했습니다.
you experience indescribable
일단
pain
육신을
and
벗고
indemnity.
나면
And after we shed our physical bodies, then it is too late.
흙으로 돌아가고 말지만 우리의 생명,
When the physical body dies, it merely returns to a handful of dust. But our life, our minds, and our hearts, and even our hopes, are they buried along with the body? No, they're absolutely not. Our 100-year lifetime is faultlessly recorded and photographed and automatically evaluated on the supercomputer called the 영인체, the spiritual body that God has set up.
하셨습니다. 그래서 우리 영인체는
So our spiritual body, spiritual self, is a supercomputer. It records our entire lives. And in such a way, heaven has created our spiritual bodies. And thinking in that manner, living our lives, we must keep our 심정 and our wishes.
심정, 소망, 모든 것은 지금 가지고 우리에게 역사하십니다.
Right now, true Father, He is holding on to His 심정 and all of His wishes, and through that, He is working through us. If we attend true Father as a subject and resonate with that heart, then the works of resonance will come about.
모습이 어떤 모습인가? 이걸 오늘 훈독 말씀을 통해 명확히 밝혀 주셨습니다.
So for Father,
통곡해도 다시 돌아올 수 없는 길이기에 100년
spiritual bodies like this. No matter if you're wailing and hitting the ground, there's nothing you can do.
여러분의 삶을 협조하여
But
자신들의 죄를 탕감받고자 눈물로 여러분의 삶을 지켜보고 있습니다.
right now, your ancestors are looking at your lives with tears to seek indemnity for their sins through your life. So hundreds, thousands of ancestors are looking at your life with their eyes. And we are teaching this, teaching this clearly. But even though I'm teaching this, where are those who do not believe in the spirit world? So spirits are looking at our lives. So even spirits that commit suicide, they're looking for cracks to enter our lives, and then once they're able to take hold of our lives, then that's when they take action. We even have some second generations who committed suicide for such reasons. So what kind of spirits are waiting for an opening? We must think of this. Some second generation, if they just go to the cafeteria, there's a second generation member, and every time she goes to the cafeteria, she wants makgeolli, which is traditional Korean alcohol. And there's a old male spirit that was possessing her that would make her walk with a crooked posture and a cane. So spirits are trying to make a reciprocal basis with you and trying to work through you, looking for a crack and an opening. So we must make a life of discernment and to establish a standard to resonate with the absolute good spirit world, to bring about their works. So if you have, even if a little, disbelief to Holy Mother Han, then evil spirits with such a disbelief will find their opportunity, and then your disbelief will get stronger and stronger and stronger. So they are always eyeing you. You must have that in mind. And today at this hour, among the spirits that are eyeing you, the absolute good spirits in the spirit world, if they are eyeing you and work through you, then I believe heaven's blessing will be with you tonight. Thank you very much. Let us offer a great round of applause to President Lee Gi-sung for those words of grace.
이 시간 참 아버님을 위시한 절대 선령계가 함께 역사하실 수 있도록
Now for true Father in the absolute good spirit worlds to work with the heart of earnestly calling out the true Mother. With loud voices, let us shout out 아버지 어머니.